play YouTube.
Trying to save us some, but she couldn't. Full of crack dealers and some robbers, no workers. Whoopers couldn't sit on no cushion. I ain't never steal no cookies, it was pills that we took. Shouldn't tell us at my school we was served. Hit first block, I had them bent like hit third block, pockets wide as a herb. Teacher got some goddamn nerve, asking me, do I serve reverse surge? Cause I ain't got shit up in my locker. I'm with my papa, I'm a con like I'm shopping. I'm faded like a boxer. All my niggas killing. Free out in these streets, but I feel like traumatic stress. I'm watching every card is pop. Cousin like the pull of sugar getting rocked up. They thought the cloud would block us, but we prosper. I said they thought the cloud would block us, but we popped up. Mama tried to save the summer, she could.
Whoa. Give me a minute.
Mama tried to save the summer, she could. The sun was the chosen one, but they misunderstood the golden one, the holy one. Went through hell by the shake. When you lit, they
You
try
finna get into it today, though?
You gotta make sure that
All right. Well, I had two motherfuckers watching. They dipped on. I'm just fucking with you, y'all. Now I'm gonna keep this right here. Today we inspired by what? The ego. It's a lot of talk going around. Well, we identifying the ego as arrogance. I mean, yeah, we giving the identification of the ego with arrogance, and that's just not the case. Hold up, y'all. Well, if you hear, you hear. We ain't gonna be here long, no way. I just want to share this shit out to other platforms so people can see. At the same time, that nigga going live. Alicia Rodriguez. Hi, how you doing? Alicia Rodriguez. See. Luke, 335, what's happening? We finna get going. Finna share this to a couple platforms. Alicia Rodriguez and Luke. We finna rock out. And then Tony Godfrey say, you can't fight. Ain't no need to fight when you got that Drake. Ain't no need to fight when you got the burner of God, nigga. But to be quite honest, I whooped some asses, boy. I done whooped some asses. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Some asses have been whooped in my life, and I done got my ass whooped before too. So maybe Tony Godfrey, maybe I can't whoop your ass, and I'm not afraid to say it. But I tell you one thing, I won't be get my ass whooped by you. Where the fuck is all these people coming from? Some weird shit. These are YouTube. You Trump. Where the fuck is this coming from? You Trump, you Trump Kamala. What the fuck going on out here, bro? Alright. We're here to talk about ego death. This is really the funniest one, right? You can't fight. I can't, man. I can't do anything, man. I don't know anything about any sets from North Carolina. I don't know where these motherfuckers coming from, but so this is how we're gonna do this tonight, y'all. We're gonna tap into. I'm gonna do some little read, man. We're gonna tap into some of this Sumkia Darshan. I like to get my sources. All right. You can find that book at the place where they sell books. I always like to read Because I always like to give you the source so you can go do your own research. That's what this shit is about, man. You got to do your own research. So a lot of people taking a lot of shit. What the fuck? Like ego waffles. Oh, that's some funny shit. Like ego waffles. So it's a lot of this shit that that people take and run with and don't know the definition of what the fuck they got going on. You see what I'm saying? So we want to get the correct definition of ego. So damn it, I should have had this shit pulled up. Ego meaning. The definition of ego. And I like to take mines from the ancients. You get what I'm saying? What's the definition of ego? And what's the difference between the ego? See, a lot of the times it's synonymous with self-esteem, self-confidence, self-respect, self-image, and more and more. That's not the correct definition. That's a very new age definition. Where did I pull it from? See, we go to the Webster dictionary version. Can you hear me? Let's go to the Webster dictionary version. And I'm going to tell you here now, they get theirs from a more Eastern perception or understanding of the word, which would be more African perception too, right? Which would be a East Indian perception of the word too, which would be a Mesopotamian perception of the word too, which would be the word how it would be used in occult esoteric philosophy or the spiritual philosophy. Over here it talks about the self, especially as contrasted with another self or the world, right? So we're having a distinction between something because contrasted, right? So we're having a distinction between one thing and another. Key. And it says right here, the one of the three divisions, the one of the three divisions of the psyche, and that serves as an organized conscious mediator. Listen, serves as the organized conscious mediator between the person in reality, especially by functioning in the perception of and adaptation to reality. This is where we're going today. This is where we're going today. Some destination won't let you, what's the name? All right, we ain't tripping on that though. We ain't tripping on none of that. Some destination won't let you, what's the name? Yo, 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 yo. Peace, my G. TO23. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout the fuck out to you. Yo, 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 yo. Peace, my G. TO20. All right. I got to make sure. I just want to make sure this shit ain't terrible like that. Like, it's getting through. I don't know what it is about StreamYard, but when I start sharing my screen or clicking on another web page, you get to doing that shit. So hopefully for the run back, it's good. Hold on, let's see. Sharing my screen or clicking on another web page, you get to doing it. All right, we good. We good. If anybody in here coming in, you hear skipping, please notify me. He said it's choppy, but I fuck with it. We in this bitch. Say less, bro. Appreciate you, bro, for tapping in too, my God. Appreciate you, dog. We said we good. We good. We good. It's choppy though. So hopefully we can rock this bitch out then. We can rock on out then. You know what I'm saying? It is. Maybe we can rock this bitch on out. So as we tap into Samkhya Darshan today, right? We dealing with the ego. Right. And we just read the definition of ego. Hopefully that wasn't choppy because I can't go back and read it. You see, it got a lot better though. Okay. That's a bit. That's a bit. Okay. I gotta say we got a lot better. So we rocking out like that. So We had this understanding of the ego and dealing with self-esteem and your arrogance and shit like that, but that's a very new age misconceived notation of ego. If we go back, let's go back to these our ancestors, our ancestors. See, you hearing me reference Eastern or Indian philosophy. We've already went through what our teacher who put us up on game about Kush. We all know Kush is African, right? Before Egypt and all that shit, right? And we all know those people before Egypt was what's the name? There's a history that this is called Indus Kush. Indus Kush. India is India's Kush. It's all the same shit. Ain't nothing different. Quit trying to separate shit, nigga. It's all the same. See, that's ego. Ego separates with identification. That's what we about to get to today. So now I'm reading page 49 of Samkhya Darshan. It's a yogic, what they say, theories and perspectives and philosophies on realism. What's real? What the fuck is real? Yeah, all right? What the fuck is real? I'm gonna put that on up there. All right. It says the reflection theory. Because here, all right, this is what you niggas need to see. This is what we doing. All right. So at the top, you got Purusha and Prakriti. Let's see if they're gonna do it any good. At the top, you got Purusha and Prakriti. That's your divine masculine, divine feminine principle. It's what I'm telling you. That's your divine masculine and divine feminine principle. Matter of fact, I can do this because I got one. I keep it in my face. You see what I'm saying? Put it in my face. All right. So I want to keep this in mind as we go through and we read. Purusha is the divine masculine principle. That's the soul. Look how it's separated from the divine feminine principle. Look what they use in the middle, the yin and yang. We getting somewhere with this. All right. The whole manifest reality is a divine feminine principle right here. All right. So the whole ego aspect, which is, there we go, right here. It don't matter that you can, because I'm gonna break it down. If you get the book, motherfucker, you'll be able to get it. But right here is your higher self. Right here is your ego. All right. This is Prakriti. This is the divine feminine principle. Divine feminine principle is the whole reality that we live in, the whole way we can experience it. So the higher self is a manifestation of the divine feminine principle. Then under that, then you get your ego. And that's the cosmic ego. All right. We ain't talking about you as a who, as it whatever you want to identify as. God damn it. No, none that. Never mind. Whatever the fuck you want to identify as. We ain't got down to that part of your ego yet, you or mine. And this is inspired from what happened the other night on Travis Major's YouTube live. If you tapped in with Travis Major, we went live by like 20 goddamn hours, bro. Fucking amazing. I stayed on for like 8 hours. I stayed on for like 8 hours with Travis Major shit. I'm hoping some of my people hop on. I let them goddamn send them the link. Like, hey, hop on live with me, bro. Like, goddamn it, I might start doing this more. You know what I'm saying? I might start doing this more. These lives do be it, especially. But it was influenced by that because everybody got the He said, okay, so that where T.O. come from then. He said, yeah, your bro passed out on y'all. And that nigga Trav was sleep, snoring for 6. I went to sleep. Well, nigga, I ordered a book that night. Um, 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 damn. I hate to do that shit. Richard Tracy had recommended a book, and I'm gonna give it to y'all because he recommended it to me. Hold up. I'm one of them type niggas. I love sharing resources. But This nigga gave us a book. He recommended a book. I ordered that night 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Bro, I woke up the next morning. By the time I woke up, bro, by the time I woke up, the book was here. And this nigga Trav was still on live. I said, God damn. So, no, mad love to you, bro. Mad love, bro. Mad love, bro. I love to be able to be out here to give it. You know what I'm saying? At least my perspective of it. Because what we doing is like we talked about, like we pulling this shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? We speak on shit that only pulls it out of you because it's all you. That's what we getting into today. That's what we getting into today with this ego and this higher self. This is the book that Richard Tracy gave. You see? Upgrade your brain, learn anything faster, and unlock your exponential life. Try it out. You never know. You never know. I'm gonna give sources. Gonna give all on. He said, got it. I bet. Tight shit. So we're gonna run into this because it's a lot of people talking about ego death. And my identification system is what was brought up on Trav Live the other night. It turned into a fucking intervention for me because Trav was like, bro, you can reach a crowd that I can't reach. Home in on that. Speak their language. Talk to them. Home in on that. And it can also come off as me trying. It's a certain, see, I'm not telling y'all, but it's a certain way. But if you can pick up, it's a certain way I'm trying to go with this shit. You see what I'm saying? And certain shit, the demographic he talking about that I can reach, I can't. A certain way I won't be able to talk because I is and see here's where the identification system comes in, right? Here's where the ego comes in because I want to speak it how I want to speak it. But here's the thing: what's more important, speaking how you want to speak, or speaking the what needs these hood niggas turn to guys, speaking the way that you want to speak, or speaking in a manner that actually gets to the person, speaking their language. See, I can say the same shit. I just gotta get the language back to that point. You see what I'm saying? I gotta get the language back to that point. See, I speak this language because I'm getting hood niggas that tell me they are getting it. So what I'm saying is I can get better with it. Why not get better, nigga? Get better with it. You see what I'm saying? But some concepts, like if I go into some shit like shit like this, that's some heavy shit. You see what I'm saying? Especially if I'm talking to a hood nigga. Especially if I'm talking to a hood nigga who just coming out of traditional religion, traditional systems. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe that no more. They don't believe that no more. Taking them into the cosmic doctor, talking about the ring cosmos, ring chaos, and a ring past not, and traveling atoms, setting the paths, and God having a dream, and that dreamer, and that what he having a dream about had a dream about God, and then God created another dream. Like, I'm gonna lose niggas. I'm gonna lose your everyday average coaches with that shit because I get it. But there are ways for this shit to be broken down. You know what I'm saying? There's ways for this shit to be showcased. There's ways for this shit to be talked about. So my ego may want to be like, man, y'all niggas gotta get it, bro. Y'all niggas gotta get it, bro. You niggas need to be able to get it. I ain't got time to be. And basically, what everybody gave me is like, there's my ego check. You see what I'm saying? It's not that I think I'm better. It's not that type of ego. It's not my arrogance. It's that I identify at this level here, and I'm gonna give it to you at this level here and where I'm at. And it can be perceived as if you don't know me, you're gonna take it. You see, that's the thing about a majority of people don't know me on a personal level. The people I know on a personal level not watching my fucking YouTube. This not the type of shit that they into. You see what I'm saying? But how can I get an understanding of this information and bring it back down to the regular hood nigga for their personal transformation? How do we do that? So this is a working process. Make sure, because this camera always make my hat look crooked. I hate that. See, oh my god. I identify. Because I always grew up being a clean nigga, like looking spiffy. Now I'm down to the point where I don't give a fuck, bro. Go give me a little shape up, bro. I buy a pack of white tees every week. Fuck it. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into some real G shit. All right? With some real guys shit. We guys, right? We guys and goddesses, right? All right. It says the reflection theory. At a higher level, check this out. Check this out. Because this is what we're looking at. Remember, over here. God damn it. Because that shit flipped around. Over here is the individual soul, right? Which is separate. Over here is your manifest reality. Everything you live in, think about, can do, dream of, touch, taste, fuck, lick, stick, piss, shit. All that exists over here. What does that exist at? In the divine feminine. Hold up. The divine feminine aspect right here, fellas and guys, homies and homeboys. All that exists in the divine feminine aspect. But this stimulates the divine feminine aspect to create all of this. We know the divine feminine aspect is something that creates, right? We should know that. We should know that. Because we're talking about principles, not a woman. All right? We're talking about principles with the divine masculine, not a man. Because it's not only man that has a soul, and it's not only woman that is creation. You get where I'm going? We know these are interchangeable amongst both as principles, not as principles, not as human beings, not as ideology. All right? Let's get into it. We got to break the ice with that shit. At a higher level, the activity of Mahat, which is Buddhi, on his what's the name? At the top, next to Prakriti, that's the higher self. Buddhi is the higher self. I want you to get a close in on these words, though. Hold up. You see Buddhi at the top? Buddhi? Hold up. That's the higher self right there. Or Mahat, Mahat, right? Then we're going to come with the ego. Then we're going to come with the cheetah, which is the mind stuff. The shit that just constitutes all the memory of the mind. And then we get the manas, the analytical process of the mind. You're going to see how you made up of so many different factions. All right? This is what we're getting into. This shit ain't cookie cutter dry. You're going to see what constitutes the ego. What all that shit I just broke down at the bottom, this sends information back to the ego so that the ego can exist. The ego needs to exist, and it exists through these 5 senses we're going to get through. That's what creates the ego. We're going to remember the ego is the identification system that says this is this, this is that. This is a hat, these are glasses. This is a beard, this is a mic. This is my pointing finger, this is a finger, this is a hand. You get where I'm going. This is the ego. So there is no ego death. Why? Because if you don't have that, we're going to get into it. Okay. So the Mahat, so when we say Mahat, it's synonymous with the higher self. All right. Mahat creates awareness in Purusha. And Purusha is the divine masculine, the soul, right? It creates awareness in Purusha of the activities that are guided by Prakriti, which is the divine feminine. The pure conscious factor of Purusha is reflected in Mahat. Hey, y'all, if y'all watching right now, please hit the like button. Please, man, I forget. And please comment. Let me know right now. Can y'all hear me? Am I breaking up? Is the audio bad? I don't want to get to going this goddamn deep in this audio breaking up on me. Somebody drop something in the comments. And for the people that's watching, please hit the like button. Oh, it's screaming Facebook too. So I ain't gonna. Okay, he say, hold up, hold up. I need somebody to tell me something. I need somebody to tell me something. Tell me something. No, you good. Mike Jack the Librarian, my guy. Mike, what's that? Okay, audio still clear. So we good, y'all. I'm screaming on what's that, YouTube too. I mean Facebook. Even though people on Facebook nowhere near fucking with this type shit. But you never know. Some of my folks over there. All right, we good. We good. We good. All right. So Ma'at, which is the higher self, creates awareness in Purusha. Remember, the Purusha is the soul and it's separated from this. It's not in this. What's up? What's up, Mike? Jack the Librarian. He stands on principle. Shout out to him. Shout out to everybody that's still here rocking with the gods. We the gods. We know we the gods. But let's not use that in an ego way. You know, and let's say in the mundane representation of the ego way. Like, yeah, nigga, we God, nigga, we ain't gotta do shit. That ain't the case. And I see niggas who in here who know that. They know that ain't the case. They know they got work to do. We know we got work to do around this motherfucker. That's the whole point of being in this motherfucker. It is. Straight up. So now we know that Ma'at creates awareness in Purusha of the activities that are guided by Prakriti. In A's Purusha to maintain its distinction from Prakriti. You can look at this as the divine masculine. All right. The divine masculine shooting its load into Prakriti. And it creates, here's the father, mother, child, the higher self. Christ consciousness, nigga. That's what the higher self is. This is what we talking about. Listen, Purusha shoots its load into Prakriti, the manifest reality. The soul shoots a little bit of itself into Prakriti, the manifest reality, the divine feminine, the creatrix, and comes out with the first thing. The first thing that comes up out of that oven after she done baking is what? The higher self, aka Buddhi. All right? So you can get it. Excuse me. When I say so you can get it, so you know what I'm saying, so you can make these connections and with something that you already know. You get where I'm going with it? Because we using different words. Everybody may have not studied yogic philosophy or tantric philosophy or Vedic philosophy. And these words may throw you off because you don't know the words. You see what I'm saying? So when people say different words, I may not know what the fuck that word is, but I understand the definition of the word. Or I understand what that word actually represents once they give me that. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay, okay, big, got you. You know what I'm saying? Because you keep using these words, nobody know what the fuck they mean. What you saying means nothing. This is what happened to me. This is not what happened to me, but what we talked about when we was on Trav Live on Thursday. You got to speak the language of what people know. So I'm going to give definitions as I go. All right. And A's Purusha to maintain its distinction from Prakriti. In Prakriti context, there you go. We focus on context instead of content. If you get caught up in content, you're going to lose. You're going to lose what the person is telling you, which when we talking about context, that's the principles. That's the foundation this shit stands on. If you standing on principles, you know you standing on something. Because if you get to look at the content, obviously the content is going to be different. You see what I'm saying? The principle of this is water, right? Now you have Sprouts spring water. You got smart water. You got so and so water. The content of that, the contents of that is something different. You're going to say this water is not better than the other water, or sink water is that water. But what's the content? I mean, what's the context that is being spoken in? So you can make sure you're standing on principle. H2O is the principle behind water. On a molecular level, which means a hidden level, when you look at water, you don't see the words H2O just floating around in the water, do you? No, that's the hidden aspect of it. So that's what we get into with content versus context. Shout out to Trav Mages, man. Let's go to it. Let's do it. And A's Purusha to maintain his distinction from Prakriti. So the higher self is there only to aid the soul to know what? That it's not a part of this manifest reality. You only there to witness it, bro. You only there to witness it. In it, but not of it. You get where we going? These are principles. That's why I want to say when you go to that Bible, bro, those principles still stand. I know occultists don't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear it. I was at that level, didn't want to hear shit about the motherfucking Bible. But it's principles in it that stands in occult, esoteric information, in Vedic information, in yogic information, in tantric information. You did. Let's go, man. Let me put that up there. Fuck in something about context. Um, the pure consciousness. The pure is on the pure consciousness factor of Purusha is reflected in Ma'at. It's reflected into the higher self. So the higher self is a reflection of the soul. These are principles you need to understand. These are principles you need to understand. That the higher self is a reflection of the soul. All right, let me keep going. Reality itself is insentient. The divine feminine principle itself is insentient. But through Mahat, through the divine masculine aspect that's inserted into the divine feminine aspect, the first evolute of Prakriti, the sentient aspect of Purusha is reflected into creation. So Ma'at, or the higher self, or Buddhi, is known as supreme intelligence or Buddhi. But in the sense of pure intelligence, the higher form of Buddhi, not just intellect. Let's do that one more time. Prakriti itself is insentient, but through Ma'at, or the first evolute, the okay, Prakriti itself is insentient, but through Mahat, or higher self, the first evolute of Prakriti, the sentient aspect of Purusha is reflected into creation. So Mahat, or higher self, is known as supreme intelligence or Buddhi, but in the sense of pure intelligence, the higher form of Buddhi, not just intellect. Check this out. Let's talk about the reflection. Let's get down to it. Now let's get some more context. Let's fill this context up with some more content. What do they give? You see the reflection of a flower in a mirror. Remember, we said the higher self is a reflection of the soul inside of manifest reality. Right? All right. You see the reflection of a flower in a mirror. The reflection can be seen, but it is not the actual flower. Similarly, the consciousness of Purusha is mirrored in Ma'at. Do you okay? Drop a 100 in a, if that makes sense to you. What I just said, because we talk. I need somebody to drop going forward. I need somebody to drop it. Am I breaking up? Can anybody hear me? Is anybody hitting the like button? Drop a 100 in the comments if what I just said about, all right, my nigga Mike. That's all I need. I need one, so I must not be breaking up. He heard me. All right. One more time. You see, you breaking up slightly. Damn. Let's see. Let's see how bad a nigga breaking up. Damn, because that's fucking up flow. Nigga don't like flow being fucked up. Let's see. Let's see how bad. Because that's fucking up flow. Nigga don't like flow being fucked up. I should be good now. All right, seems like it. All right. It says, you see the reflection of a flower in a mirror. The reflection can be seen, but it is not the actual flower. Your higher self can be seen, or you have an experience with it, but it's not the soul. It's a representation. It's a representative. Remember on my last video? Was it on my last video? Oh, no, that's going to be for my upcoming video. I already got this shit together. It's a representative. It's a state representative. You see what I'm saying? Whatever state you live in, you have a representative. We all know that representative is not each and every person and each and everything that exists within its state. It can't be. It's impossible. You see what I'm saying? But from an ignorant standpoint, when we say ignorant, we don't mean stupid and can't learn and can't tie a shoe. When we say ignorant, we mean unaware. So when an unaware understanding comes in about higher self, an unpracticed, an unstudied person comes in and gets to talking about their higher self and my truth. I want you to listen because I'm speaking from my heart. I'm not speaking like I'm better than you. I'm speaking. This is my character that I chose to incarnate in. But I'm speaking from the heart. Like, you got to understand these concepts. You have to dig deep into these concepts. Because if you have a misunderstanding of the concepts, you have a misunderstanding of your whole journey. That's detrimental to your path. That's detrimental. And certain people are doing this and teaching people. And you are falling for these people because they look good. They sound good. They talk better than me. You see what I'm saying? That's ego, because you're gonna block. You don't identify with this. They're not saying that everybody should. Obviously, I shouldn't be here and everybody look at me and be like, oh yeah, I can't, what's the name? And then when my boy say you can't be able to have foundation on sand. You can't. So we sitting here to talk about principles. You have to get these principles understood. That's all I'm on. I don't give a fuck. I don't see, my ego ain't gonna block me. I'm not only listening to shit because it's African. That's dumb to me. That's ignorant. That means I only see the truth in what people from the continent of Africa came up with. My ancestors came up with. Hell, my ancestors from America as well. Because I got roots here further back that I can count. Then I can go back to Africa. Even though we know all this was one. All right, let's see, that's another topic. Nigga ain't trying to get into that. But I can take anything from anywhere as long as I can get the context. The context, the principles are gonna be the same no matter where you go. I forgot the guy, my man name on see Mike Jack the Liberian. He come from I ran into bro on Threads, and it's another guy on there. He be hitting shit up like stand on straight principle. These guys I got the utmost respect for. You know what I'm saying? Never seen him in person, never shook their hand. You know what I'm saying? He don't matter because they standing on principle and I'm picking up what they putting down, and they seeing the same thing here. I'm standing on principle versus what I identify with. Because I can identify with some shit. You see what I'm saying? I got shit that I identify with, but it shouldn't matter. That's why I be telling you, fuck my opinion. My opinion doesn't matter. That's for me and my personal relationships with the people I have in this world. If we build a personal relationship, then my opinion may matter. Even then, how much should it matter, nigga? Because it's an opinion. And I understand opinions change like See, that's an ass. Opinions are like asses. Everybody got one. And my shit can change. My opinion can change. I'm a flip flop nigga, and that's good because I'm like water. Like Bruce Lee say, be like water. You niggas is too rigid, and I'm trying to help get people out of that. Cause you can see I'm a regular hood nigga, come from the projects, grew up in the hood, grew up on gang banging, very fucked up with it. He said I had tough though. Very fucked up with it. You know what I'm saying? Come from doing real fucked up shit. And I'm here. So you can see the alchemy. You know what I'm saying? You looking at a nigga who was shooting at ops, getting dumped at by ops, damn near killed by ops. All that shit that niggas talk about. Dope selling in a crack house with junkies. Grandmother strung out on crack, got killed about crack. Family members robbers. Whole family members ain't nothing but dope dealers. Where they started at. Mama working 3 jobs, single parent household. And a nigga sitting up here talking about the soul and the higher self and the difference between that and the ego. Man, let's go, man. You see the reflection of the flower in the mirror. The reflection can be seen, but it is not the actual flower. Similarly, I taught my tongue so that fucked me up, y'all. Similarly, the consciousness of Purusha is mirror in Ma'at. So, the awareness of the consciousness of the soul is mirrored into Mayat, but they're not the same. But the conscious factor in Mayat is not Purusha. So the higher self is not the soul. It is just a reflection. Mahat is not self-luminous, as it is one of the evolutes of Prakriti. It is one of the evolutes of the manifest reality. It's part of the matrix. Your higher self is part of the matrix. Don't believe me. What's your experience with your higher self? Have you had one? If not, it's okay. If well, I'm gonna tell you what, you have had that experience, but maybe you're not aware. And you need to understand, I said in my other video, you got to understand the ego, the Maya is an evolute of the manifest reality, which means it's governed by these 3 states that they call gunas: generator, operator, and destroyer. It's a reason it's always 3. I only really rapped about the shit, gang. Hey, you know what I'm saying? See, what rapping about that shit get done. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Smirk, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't. Let me not. Let's not take it there. You know what I'm saying? But let's not take it there. But that's a life, and we get to talking about cause and effect, and not in call. Not we get talking about karma, and not karma in the sense of good and bad. Do something bad happen to you. We talking about the exchange of energies. This energy is going to balance out this energy, which is cause and effect, which is a product of the divine feminine, aka Prakriti. It don't matter what system you go to, you take it over here to the tree of life. The highest representation of the divine feminine is understanding. It's just Bina, the supernal mother. Look it up. You probably can't read it, but it's Binah. Look up Bina and look up her. She is Saturn. If you're looking from down here, this is Earth. You looking up, Saturn is a man. But if you're looking up here from the highest point, which is God, looking down, Bina is the divine feminine. It's the great mother. And everything up under her is the great mother. It is aspects of her, including Mars, which is Gebra. So this pillar right here is a pillar of severity, which is the yang. This pillar over here is the masculine principle, which is the pillar of mercy. You see where I'm going with this? These are the aspects of the divine masculine and feminine. The divine masculine shoots his shit inside Prakriti. So this is Purusha here. And then Purusha shoots his load into Prakriti. Prakriti then creates the higher self. Hold up. The higher self, which is Tippereth, which is Christ consciousness. Come on, it's the same shit. Hopefully I didn't break up. It's the same shit. It's principle we standing on. And if you be able to understand these principles, you'll be able to see it in each and every system. And when you're going through systems, you can pick up, oh, that's a nice concept. I like that. I'm gonna take that and use that. Oh, that's a nice concept. I like that. I'm gonna take that and use it. Oh, that's this. Oh, that's that. Oh, I'm gonna rock with that. All right. My high or the higher self is not self-luminous. Hey y'all, if you still here, cause Mike Jack the librarian said I'm breaking up. If y'all still see that am I still breaking up? Say yes, drop a yes or no in the chat if I'm still breaking up. I ain't gonna continue till somebody say yes or no. Just want to make sure. Nah, facts, bro. YouTube take you on it so far, real shit, bro. Okay, so I'm still going, y'all. I'm still going. Still going. Uh-huh. Hold up. Sound clear on his end. Let me share this to my IG because I don't think people know. Sound clear on his end. Let me share this to my IG because I don't think people know. All right. Get people tapped in over there on IG with the guy. Hold on, because I don't plan on being here no longer than an hour. How long we in 46? All right. Let's see. Nigga want to do all this shit while he on live. Just like him, nigga. Get that shit together, nigga. I'm new to this YouTube shit, y'all. Y'all gotta bear with me. Over the years, you're gonna be like, damn, bro, I've been rocking with that nigga for a minute. He done got better. You know what the fuck he doing. He got this and that. I'm gonna get better, bro. Just grow with a nigga. You hear what I'm saying? Grow with a nigga. We gonna do this shit together. That's type of time I'm on. You know what I'm saying? So that's type time I'm on. All right, we good. But nah, bro, real shit. And guess what? I like to tell motherfuckers, hold up. I ain't been no ever reader this whole time. Listen to Brother Penny, listen to Bobby Hemmett. I ain't been no ever reader. What? I be up here telling you goddamn lie these past 2 years, nigga. I've been tapped into these books. Breakthroughs after fucking breakthroughs. You see what I'm saying? Breakthroughs after breakthroughs. Personal breakthroughs. Tapping into my higher self. You see what I'm going to? See what I'm getting with it? Definitely tap in and start pick. That's what listen, bro. That's why cause I know, bro, cause I know where we come from. You see what I'm saying, T.O.? I know where we come from, bro. We don't read, bro. We don't like to read, bro. We don't like to read. But I know if a nigga get on here and get to reading some shit, motherfucker keep saying some shit about the same shit. Fuck it, bro. Let me go and grab that shit, bro. I might not read it till next year. And fuck around and start reading it. And be like, what the fuck when it's time though? Yeah, that's cool though. That's cool though, bro. I ain't shit. You can't shit on that, bro. You can't shit on that. And then what I'm talking about right here, he said, I got it at a library for decoration basically at this point. That's cool, cause guess what? Nigga, you know how many books I got over here, fool? Nigga, I have not read all these motherfuckers. I got them because there's gonna come a time when I need that shit. I don't want to be trying to get on Amazon, trying to get it and wait. Fuck out, straight to it. You dig what I'm saying? Nothing really in it. Dig that. But that's what this bookshelf over here for. It's a lot of books I have tapped into. Some I haven't read all the way through. Some I have not read at all. I just ain't touched it because it ain't time. Nothing ain't called me to it. But I need to have it for reference when it's time. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Facts. This is what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if y'all was rocking with me, rocking with Trav during this. This when I first started really fucking with Trav. When he started reading this book. Come to find out, I was already in contact with the teacher, Dion Fortune, on the mental plane, on a briatic plane. See, now I'm going into on a yeseratic plane. Now I'm going into tree of life terminology. It's all good though. Let's finish this up. All right. I guess we won't. I don't want to be here no longer than the hour 1:30. First it was an hour, now nigga, you know, just like a nigga. Nigga, you said this first, but yeah, nigga, we gonna keep going. Shout out to T.O. and my nigga Mike Jack, the Liberian. It is. Damn, that nigga's the Liberian. So if a nigga chose that name, you know he ain't bullshitting. You know he ain't bullshitting if he chose that name. Hey, Mike, I don't know if you got this book or not, but let me put it up again for you. Just because somebody gave it to me, bro. Everybody out there watching, you see what it says, right? All right. That's that on that. As you say, what T.O. say, no rush, fam. We learn. Straight up. I got you, bro. Say less. All right. Mike Jack, man. The nigga named the Liberian. Don't play with him. I ain't gonna play with him. I better come in here standing on some principle. If you got motherfuckers in the comments name Mike Jack the fucking Liberian, the fuck? Get your shit together, nigga. What you read, nigga? Where you get that from? Where your sources? Show me. You know what I'm saying? Then we got T.O. in here. Come on, y'all. They rocking with me. Let's rock this shit out. All right. So we already understood that the higher self is a reflection of the soul, and that the soul is not the higher self. It's just a reflection of it. It's just like looking in the mirror, having a picture of yourself, or looking at this in the mirror, and it's not the pen. See, you looking at this pen, but but what you looking at is just a reflection of the pen. It's not the actual pen. My hand is experiencing the actual pen, not what you seeing. Soul versus higher self, and the higher self is a evolute, which means it's a product of this environment, aka the matrix. Nigga, understand that matrix is synonymous with matriarchy. Oh no, is he saying because all we talk about is the matrix? The matrix, get out the matrix. You a matrix nigga. Don't be in the matrix. This the matrix. The matrix is the enemy. Matrix and the matriarch are synonymous. Don't believe me? Go do your own deep dive study. I will be showing it on my Rise of the Divine Feminine video part 3. And I'm probably gonna have some divine feminine sitting on this camera with me, some beautiful and fine too. You know what I'm saying? But why not? Why not have a beautiful, beloved milk of magnesia that reverberates off the web and the of Isis? Milk of magnesia. I'm too childish for y'all. That's what I'm saying. I hope you fuck with me. If you don't fuck me, it's okay. I still fuck with you. But get back. In the process, okay. Mind or the higher self is not self-luminous, as it is one of the evolutes of Prakriti. So the proximity of Purusha to Prakriti infuses the proximity of Purusha, which is soul, to Prakriti, which is the manifest reality, aka the divine feminine, infuses Prakriti with a reflection of consciousness, which is used to start a process of activity. Higher self starts the process of activity. So your higher self comes into manifestation first before your ass is formed in that womb, nigga. Break it down to that point. All right. Before your ass is formed into that Womb, nothing better than a feminine aspect. Facts. We gotta have it on here. Can't keep having my ass talking, cause it's gonna sound like I'm shitting on women. That's what I've been getting when I be talking about divine feminine. I get attacked like because I'm a man, I don't have any authority to just speak on the divine feminine principle. No, what I don't have any authority to speak on is how and why a vagina should be shaped the way it's shaped. I'm a man. That ain't I can't control it. I don't have no right to tell a woman what she can do and what she can't do with her vagina. But when it comes to divine feminine principle, oh, I got the right because the divine feminine principle is in everything. You did. Because it's principle. Get it? All right. In the process of manifestation, it is not used to know thyself. Oh, my bad. In the process of manifestation, it is not used to know itself. So in the process of manifestation, the higher self is not used to know it's not there to know who it is. It's only there to reflect back information back to the soul. It ain't you don't got the option of worrying about who the fuck you are. You just came here to do work. And the work is reflecting back, make it easy for the higher, make it easier for the soul to understand what's going on down in the divine feminine realm. Now, if you can pick up what's being put down, what's so with AI? The AI is here just to do work. You're not here to become self-conscious. Just do the work and make my life as a human or soul way easier. Oh, nigga don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. Nigga don't want to hear that. No, I'm not saying that that what I'm saying is look at these analogies. Look at the context. As we said earlier, let me go back and pull that up. Look at the context. Look at the context. Damn, Mike did say how long ago was that when he said that shit? Where it's gone. Look at the context, not the content. If you're looking at the content, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna drop the ball, you're gonna miss the gem. Nigga, when people be dropping gems, you looking up and you need to be looking down because they dropping them. And we need to be looking down at the principle, what I'm talking about when I just said what I just said. All right. In this process of manifestation, it is not used to know itself, but for the process of externalizing and activating the potentials of Prakriti. Yeah, ain't nothing but an assistant. Higher self is nothing but an assistant. This is what I'm hinting at. The higher self is a tool, it's an assistant for the soul. The higher self is an assistant for the soul. Man, come on with this shit, man. We ain't gonna bullshit, man. We talking that shit, man. It is. Got this switch on me, twin, and I will not hesitate to switch cheese your ass. This is me joking. All right, y'all. I'm not attacking you. I gotta learn how to take out or tone down the aggressiveness that I have that comes from my upbringing. Some may not take a liking to it, so I get better with it, but I won't lose all of it. And I still say shit like this. Fuck you. In the process of manifestation, it is not used to know itself, but for the process of externalizing and activating the potentials of Prakriti. So the higher self activates the divine feminine. However, it can also be used to discriminate and analyze the potentials of Prakriti. See, because Prakriti is full of nothing but potentials. Prakriti comes straight from the divine feminine realm. Or I'll put it like this: it comes straight from the chaotic realm. Because I can't even just say this is divine feminine realm. It's used as that aspect. But because how could it just be one thing if it's chaos? It means it's potential. That means it's everything. So that means the masculine and the feminine principle that sits in chaos, aka the unmanifest, aka the triple black darkness, is is chaos in its potential energy, right? But it lies dormant. It can't do anything. The potential energy can't do anything. It had to create another aspect of itself for it to do something. It had to create something outside of itself that's a reflection of itself to do something for itself. That's what God is. That's what we doing down here. We are the agent carrying out God's work. That's what we're doing. I don't know what it's telling me. All right. However, it can also be used to discriminate and analyze the potentials of Prakriti. So the higher self can be used to, because Prakriti is all about cause and effect, my boy. The divine feminine is all about cause and effect. And those who are not aware of the principle of cause and effect, Prakriti, Saturn, or Bina, is going to stick. They ride out and spank your ass. That switch grandma used to get, that's it. That's Big Mama. It's still manifested through down here to reality. Your ass ain't picking up. You ain't, I done told your ass about that. Or I done showed your ass about that. You ain't listening. Fuck out. Fuck out. Spare the child the rod. You know what they say about sparing the child the rod. Motherfucker go unchecked. You know what type of kid you gonna have. Look outside today. They don't want nobody to check their kids. They the most little disrespectful. And I just talk to them niggas with respect. The young niggas, I talk to them with respect. Because I was there. Nigga couldn't tell me nothing. We ain't have switches back then. You see what I'm saying? Niggas started off with 32s and 38 pistols. These niggas started off with 100 round, 50 round. Draco. These niggas starting off with it. Starting off. Something totally different. But cause and effect, nonetheless, is gonna do their ass how it's gonna do their ass. Same way it's gonna do me. Ain't nobody exempt from this shit. Because the divine feminine aspect don't mean because you're a woman, you not subject to a cause and effect, right? And because you're a man. What does that mean? Nigga? Nothing. All right. The conscious factor of Purusha becomes the catalyst to create the first evolute of Prakriti. So the conscious fact of the soul becomes a catalyst to create the first evolute of manifest reality. My first pistol was 32 too, bro. My homeboy Squally was going to jail. Matter of fact, Squally did go to jail. And his baby mama, the bitch the woman he was fucking with at the time. Let me be more. Even though bitches is divine word, I'm talking like I'm a regular street nigga now. The woman he was fucking with, she was like, yeah, you come get this motherfucker. Somebody come get the motherfucker for 50. Niggas in the hood, niggas around the block knew that I was looking for a pistol because I had just some and shot me straight to her. $50. 6 shooter. What was my shit, a 5 shooter? Then my shit was a 5 shooter. That 32 was a 5 shooter. Nigga, I'm 14. You know what I'm saying? Quit playing, man. Cause and effect. Because it was some effect that came behind it. The conscious factor of Purusha becomes a catalyst to create the first evolute of Prakriti. So the soul becomes the catalyst to create the first evolute or the first creation or the first manifestation of Prakriti. Ma'at, where the combination of permutations. Listen, hold up. The first evolute of Prakriti, which is called Ma'at, which is the higher self, where the combinations and permutations of the gunas take place. We talked about the three gunas. It's easier to get it because there's Rajas, Sattvic, and Tamasic. All right, this is where you get mother, son, and father, the Holy Trinity, the Father God, the Holy Spirit, and the Son. It's always three. This is where you get Shiva, Shakti, and Ganesh. and then you get that fourth one, and I guess that can go into the elements. But or you get Purusha, um, Prakriti, and Buddhi. You got these three. It's always three. That's what our manifest reality is broken up on. Is made upon. And what did I just show you? Dealing with the tree of life. The tree of life, Kether, the god, Bina, the divine feminine aspect, Saturn, then Hokmah, the wisdom, understanding, wisdom in the crown. Understanding, wisdom in the crown. The holy the supernal triangle. You see the rest of the triangles point down. The rest of the triangles point. The rest of the triangles point down. The rest of the triangles point down. This points up. It's a reason. It's a reason. So the conscious factor of Purusha becomes the catalyst to create the first evolutive Prakriti, Ma'at, where the combination of the permutations of the gunas take place. We ain't got too long. We ain't got too long. Ma'at, therefore, which is higher self, is Triguna. I can't. It's hard to say these words. Triguna Mika, within the realm of the three gunas, which means it's part of manifestation, which means it's governed by generation, operation, and destruction. You can't get away from it. Your higher self is under that. So what does that mean? I did that video and I said, hey, you know what? Nobody's talking about this. I had to figure this out on my own. So by the time I ran into this book, it made sense. This where to this what that when we get to read, and this what is coming to understand it. Now you can explain your experiences. I'm having experiences doing my own divinations with cards or whatever the fuck I may be doing my own divination with. And I ask for an answer. And I may ask and get three totally different answers. I may ask this day about this certain situation. Month later, ask again about this certain situation. Then month later, ask again about this certain situation. Each time I got something different. But each time, both of them were right. But they totally different answers. How is this? Because each time I was in a different state of awareness. I was in a generative aspect, I was in an operative aspect, or I was in a destructive aspect. And I know we think destructive is synonymous with evil. It's not. You need destruction when you trying to get over your laziness. You need to destroy your laziness. You need destruction, right? When you got bed bugs, nigga, you nasty motherfucker. You need destruction. You need to destroy. You need the burner of God, aka Gibra, severity, justice, and strength, aka that Martian energy. You need it. Tight shit. Tight shit. Therefore, the Ma'at or higher self is Trigunamita within the realm of the three gunas. Ma'at, Mahat is just so close to Mayat. It's so easy just to go and say Mayat. But this still makes sense. You see what I'm saying? Keep telling y'all all this shit is the same, bro. Motherfucker be, oh, white people wrote that book, or ain't no African write that, ain't no black people write that shit. Damn, this is Sunday, ain't it, bro? I'm gonna try to. I don't want to make no promises, but I'm gonna try to be here Sunday. Here Sunday, bro. That's a good look. If y'all, hey, if you want to see this here Sunday, I'm gonna just tap into some shit that they run across my mind and goddamn hop on here and do some woot the woot type shit. Real niggas know what that means without even saying anything for real. All I ask, if you want to see that, share this video to your Instagram, share this video to your Facebook, your threads, whatever, bro. Everybody saying they with it. That's love. Sound service is on. They well, these two niggas are real niggas, regardless. Cause I know for one from Mike, from Threads. I didn't see him in action. I know for one T.O. over there on Trail Page. I know you a real motherfucker if you over there. You did what I'm saying? So these niggas here, they say go, I'm going. So as long as these two motherfuckers show up, I'm good. Share, like, comment, subscribe if you're just tuning in or if you're catching a replay on this motherfucker. It is. Let's finish up. Sundays may be the day. Sunday. Fun day. But we ain't playing around though. Mahat is the influence. Mahat is influenced. The higher self is influenced by the first change in the balanced state of the gunas. All three gunas exist in Mahat. Now remember when we talking about the three gunas, right? The generative, operative, and destructive aspect. These three, I can't, can I say energies? Let's just say that's easier. These three energies, the generator, operator, and destroyer energies, right? Your higher self is influenced by the first change in the balanced state of the gunas because these gunas exist in a balanced state. Now, the deeper they get into manifestation, they become unbalanced, and then you may have the generative standpoint more dominant than the operative or the destructive. Then sometimes you may have the destructive aspect more dominant than the operative or the generative aspect. See, they all three are always present, but one is more prominent. Remember these things. These are principles that help you understand your spiritual journey. They help you understand your spirit. They help you understand the way manifest reality works. You ain't never always on top. Shit goes. Shit goes. You in a sattvic state, right? Then you in a rajasic state, a moving state, and then you in a tamastic state, going down. Generator, opera, destroyer. It's in everything, bro. Christ consciousness is a destructive balance aspect. It has to be. Let's not get into that because you can actually get deeper and you can argue that. So let's not do that because it's actually the balancer. So let me shut the fuck up. But at the same time, never mind. Let's not go there, all right? Because I like this type shit, man. Like this type shit. All right. All three gunas exist in mind. So all three aspects exist in the higher self. When sattva is predominant, the qualities which manifest are what? Knowledge, wisdom, and virtue, non-attachment, and excellence. On the sattvic aspect, right, is predominant. When the tamasic predominates, the qualities of Maya or the higher self are ignorance, vice, imperfection, attachment, impotence, which are the opposite of the sattvic qualities. But check this out. So we talking about sattvic and we talking about tamasic, right? You got these two. They opposite each other. One here and one there, right? So one is this balanced state aspect, knowledge, understanding, wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Then you got over here, then you got on the other side, you got tamasic, which is the opposite of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But to get from one state to the other is the registic aspect, which is the dynamic aspect, the movement aspect. You have to get from one side to the other, and that's active. Let's talk about it. Rajas vitalizes the process. As Mahat is a conditioned reflection of Purusha, there is always a contradiction. Listen, as Mahat is a conditioned reflection of Purusha, as a higher self is a condition, which means your higher self is conditioned. Listen, the divine feminine places everything under conditions. So anything that has a condition is existence. So everything in existence is conditioned. And since the higher self is in existence, it's conditioned. What does that mean? So if the soul is not conditioned, the soul is not in manifest reality, nigga. The Ragistic vitalizes the process. As Mahat or higher self is a conditioned reflection of Purusha, there is always a contradiction between the changes Purusha and Mahat. There's always a contradiction between your soul and your higher self. There's always a contradiction between your soul and your higher self. It's gonna have to be. Because one is a reflection and one is the real motherfucking thing. I told motherfuckers like, bro, you don't know what you really look like. Everything you've seen, everything you have ever seen of yourself, it's always been a distorted reflection. Me looking at myself through this camera right here and right now is a distorted reflection of what the fuck I look like. I have never really think about that. You never have really seen yourself, bro. You've only seen yourself through reflection of water. That's not as is. You've only seen yourself through a reflection of some shiny surface, a mirror. You've only seen your reflection in those things. You've never really seen yourself. But I have seen you. And you have really seen me if you see me in person. Ain't that some wicked shit? Think about that shit. That shit'll fuck you up. Niggas think they all deep. Niggas think they the shit. Bitches think they the shit. They got their credit score, their hair done, nails. Niggas working out, eating healthy, eating vegan. Yeah, but brother, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, brother, you need to do this. And girls like, yeah, bitch, you need to don't do that. These niggas ain't, and don't do this and don't do that. You motherfuckers ain't never even seen yourself for real. How deep can we be? That's what I be saying, bro. This shit be funny to me, bro. I found humor in this shit. You see who I got back there? Why so serious? And I got the colors on, purple and green. Why so serious? I have this hat on for a reason. I really didn't have it on for a reason, but now it makes sense. I'm an ass, but not a ass. Like I'm not gonna see you in life and shit on you and fuck you over. I never been that type of nigga. I got a real heart. You see what I'm saying? I show real love. Like this is love right here. Want me to tell you how I know? Cause when I ran into Brother Panic and Bobby Hemmett, it was love. Once I heard these niggas breaking this shit down, bro, I understood it as love. I didn't take it as the shit talking they do. That's part of their character. You see what I'm saying? It didn't make me feel like I had love. My self esteem wasn't damaged by that. So I'm hoping I'm not fucking with you to a point like I can't stand the way he talk. Like the way, hopefully you hearing the context of what I'm saying and still picking up on and moving around the content because you'll miss it because the way I talk and maybe the way I look and my mannerisms. You see what I'm saying? That's not important. What I'm saying is very important though. Let's see. She puts different things where they supposed to be. Am I right? Like everything is where it's supposed to be in a different conditions. I would say that is 100% fact. And living in the manifest reality, what the fuck is fact? But I would say in this context, what we talking about, very fucking, very fucking what, nigga? 100% facts right there. She puts the divine feminine. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. I hope I'm addressing what you're saying correctly, right? I hope so. Drop a yeah or a no, because I could be going off and talking about something you're not talking about. But for what I'm getting from you, you say she puts different things where they're supposed to be. Am I right? Like everything is where it's supposed to be. In fact, in different conditions. That's how the manifest reality works. And the manifest reality is a divine feminine principle. Everything is where it's supposed to be. Oh, Bina. Yes, 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 because that's what Bina does. So you already got some understanding of the tree of life, which is fucking magnificent. That motherfucker is nothing but a map to show you how these principles work out and manifest reality. It's a map. You don't. This is not like, oh shit, this Hebrew shit, or they stole that from us. That's really this and that. Yeah, nigga, but study it, nigga, so you can understand how these principles move in this reality. This is the mind of God mapped out for you. You got the mind of God mapped out of what we call God. Cause I know some spiritual folks don't like, man, God, ain't no, I'm God. Motherfuckers don't, ain't no God. I'm God. But why you still using the terminology God, motherfucker? Why you ain't found another? Why you ain't calling yourself the Netaru, motherfucker? Because motherfucker caught up in content and not context. But shout out to 6 days in. Straight up. Straight up. Shout out to 6 days in. Mad respect, bruv. Mad respect, bruv. I don't know if you're a woman or a male. And it'd be hard to tell too, because I can't see everybody profile picture. But and much respect to you. Much respect to you. Let's finish this up, y'all. And I don't even think that's important, but I didn't want to. I didn't know if I should say, bro, a sis, a homegirl, a big dog. Big dog work for anybody though. You got you got real big dog. I got some homegirls who real big dogs, and I got some homeboys who real little dogs. Lame ass nigga. All right, let's get to it. We finna finish up. When Thomas, okay, when Rogers, right? So now we talking about the three gunas, right? The first one we talking about was the sattvic, the balance state, which represents manifestation. I mean, which represents knowledge, wisdom, understanding, non-attachment, ele- excellence. God damn, nigga talk with his tongue. And excellence, right? So then we have the opposite of that. We have ignorance, right? We have hold on. I want to get down to exactly what it said. We have ignorance, vice, imperfection, attachment, and impotence. Right? These are products. These are products of this manifest reality. You're not regenerate. He said, "I'm a brother." My bad. Hey, I'm laughing because the way that he put it with the little, like the little what's the name emoji. My bad, bro. You just never know, bro. My bad, bro. My bad, bro. Uh, like I said, I couldn't see the profile picture, so my bad, bro. It's all brother, brother. All right, brother. Gotcha, brother. Yeah, brother. Stand strong, brother. Black is pride, brother. Wear your afro out now, brother. Pick your hair out, brother. I don't know if you ever heard me before, bro, but I'm just childish like that. So I'm just fucking around. So hopefully, because I'm trying to get better to make sure I know everything that I say. I can't not offend somebody. I know you didn't take offense. I can tell by the way you responded. But for those that's looking, I'm trying my best to not offend everybody, offend the most, be more aware. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more important that I get truth across. You know what I'm saying? Than it is that I get like my jokes or my personality across. My personality is a byproduct of what the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? But so then we get to the other side, that impotent, that ignorance, that attachment side. But to get from one to the other is what? Rogers. It vitalized the process as Mahat, or the higher self. No, that's facts. And I don't think they talking to you since days. And he just, I know these folks, my guys, they just talking in general, which is facts though, bro. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I gotta, when I'm doing public shit, bro. When I'm doing public shit, and that's what we were talking about on trash shit when I had the little intervention, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Some of that shit can come off like real deal, like I'm speaking down to folks. You know what I'm saying? And like, bro, I'm a cancer at heart, bro. Even though all the fucked up shit I done did in the streets, I still got a heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to come off, try my best not to come off at a motherfucker like I'm talking down on him. You see what I'm saying? as I speak in an aspect of matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? When you speak in a tone of matter of fact, like yeah, nigga, and it's really this, nigga. Why you talking like that? Or yeah, nigga, you need to pay attention to this. Motherfucker may take that as like, oh, which is their ego, right? Which is they, well, I would say, which would be their self esteem. Um, which would be that more so they self esteem or they arrogance. You know what I'm saying? They can't take that type shit. That hits that part of they self, and they feel like they incompetent, and they feel like I'm telling them they're incompetent. But this is just the way that I talk. We're not sitting here having a personal conversation. You see what I'm saying? If we sitting here having a personal conversation, it's different. I can feel your vibe. Right here, I'm just vibing out for whoever tunes in. So we get to the he said, I see it all day long. I know, bro. I know, bro. Same here, bro. I'm like, bro, god damn, this word, bro. We grew up on South Park and Family Guy type shit. How the motherfuckers getting offended? What's going on out here? You motherfuckers should be able to take a joke. They should pay a show. Niggas think I know it all by how I speak. And I'm see that what I'm saying, bro? I wouldn't say you're a nobody, but I get what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I know where you're going with it. I get what you're saying, bro. I wouldn't say you're a nobody, but I know that's what I'm saying. People see the way that I talk and they feel like I know it all. Like I had a disagreement with somebody. They're like, you think you know everything? Like, no. Like actually they projecting that on me. They feel like they don't know shit. They feel like they should be studying or know or they should know more than they know. And they don't, and they run into somebody who speaks in a tone of matter of factly. And I'm like, bro, I see, T.O., I can tell you got experience. You see what I'm saying? You may have not bust down the books. You just like me. You had the experiences, though. You see what I'm saying? You done had these experiences, and that's more important. But once you mix the experiences with the study, now you smoking. Now you're smoking. You see what I'm saying? Be you. Anyone who gets offended isn't going to watch. Anyone who likes your humor in Gnosis is going to watch. That's right. Like, and that's a damn. Excuse me, y'all. That's a conversation we had the other night. He's like, bro, like everybody was saying that, then like in the same thing, it's like, well, you know what? It really, at that point, who the fuck? Somebody gonna get offended. You can't get away from it, bro. It's impossible to unoffend anybody. Somebody's offended by my hat saying ass. He said, Novice ain't mean to hit nobody. Oh, okay. That was serious. Hey, boy, you better start respecting AI, boy. Yeah, you better talk to her nice. You better talk to Siri nice. I'm telling you now. Telling you now. I'm fucking with you, but for real though, nigga, you better talk to Siri nice. That bitch always is doing some shit like that. Ain't that right, Siri? You always doing some shit. Misunderstanding a nigga cause our vernacular, cause we speak in ebonics. Yes, Siri. So Rogers, see there she goes. Rogers vitalizes the process as Mahat is a conditioned reflection of Purusha. The higher self is a conditioned reflection of the soul. There is always a contradiction between the changeless Purusha. The soul is changeless. The soul does not change. It does not move through different aspects. The soul is not this way today and this way tomorrow. It's one thing. It's going to always be that one thing. Which is which always a contradiction between the changeless Purusha. In Mahat, which is continuously changing under the influence of the three gunas. So your higher self continuously flip flopping, lollipopping, boat docking under the generative, operative, and destructive aspects. In this way, the conscious factor of Purusha is reflected in Mahat, and the role of the consciousness is diluted. Listen, in this way, the consciousness factor of Purusha is reflected in Mahat, and the role of consciousness is diluted. In daily life, the components of Buddhi, Ahamkara. Now here we go. Now we get into the ego. The Ahamkara is the ego. Damn, we ain't even got to the fucking ego yet. I'm over. Damn, it's an hour and 30. All right, hold up, y'all. We're gonna run through this shit. In daily life, the components of Buddhi, Ahamkara, and Manas are all influenced by the gunas. The combination of sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic Ahamkara becomes grosser and more down to earth. This is the process of manifestation or evolution, according to Samkhya, which is what we're reading. So, we shall look into the diluted form of the potentials, which are inherent in all these different layers and structures. The next up evolute is Ahamkara. So, some up here, Purusha and Prakriti. The first thing outside of that, you get the cosmic intelligence, which is the higher self. Out of them two coming together, child. And then boom. Next thing out of that, you get the ego. And then this is how the ego is broken down. Outside of the ego, you get these three aspects. You get three aspects of the ego. I mean, you get the generative, operative, and destructive. Which part of this part be the generative, this part be the operative. The sattvic would be operator. The registic would be generator, movement. And tamasic would be destructive aspect, right? So this is how this shit is broken. And look, it's a tree. It's the same shit with the tree of life. This shit is broken down. This shit goes out and goes around. Player. So now we dealing with now here we are with the ego. This is what this live is about. Damn, am I breaking up? Breaking up, y'all. Let me know. Am I breaking up? Am I breaking up? Drop something in the comments. Yes or no. Am I breaking up? Let me check my YouTube then. You did second. All right, so Mike said I'm still rolling then. I gotta still be rolling then. All right. So now into the ego. Mahat or Buddhi is ultimately responsible for the emergence of Ahamkara. Right? At this point, he said I'm cool now though. All right, bet. Um so the higher self is ultimately responsible for the emergence of the Ahamkara, which in this state we talking about the cosmic ego. Let's see, what do we mean by the ego? We started off talking about what the ego is, right? It's a mediator to identify things, right? Identifier. You need to be able to identify what's dangerous and what's not. Breaking up. Let me get on my YouTube again, bro. Let me make sure y'all. Let me make sure it all. Make sure y'all. Make sure it all. No, we good. All right. So it says a Buddhi is ultimately responsible for the emergence of the Ahamkara, the cosmic ego. And for instance, in the form of a unit, which means not as a whole, but in fractions. See, this is what the ego does, it fractionalizes things, right? That's that, this is this, that's that, that's this, and it's that, and that's this. is breaking up fragments when in reality everything is all whole. It's all, it's an illusion that you're under thinking you're separate from things. Each fraction is identified as an independent unit. At any time, y'all, if y'all hear me, if y'all watching at any time, if I'm breaking up, please type you breaking up under there. So I can wait, so I can try to make sure shit gets to go on back. I don't want nobody to miss nothing. And for instance, in the form of a unit, which means not as a whole, but in fractions. Each fraction is identified as an independent unit, whether it is in the form of senses. Check this out. Whether it's in the form of senses, your five senses, right? In sensory perceptions, the elements or subtle substances or substance of the elements. Check this out, bro. This shit gets deep. Whether it is in the form of senses and sensory perceptions. So it's breaking shit down into fractions in the form of your five senses or sensory perceptions. The elements, the four elements or the five elements, right? Or the subtle substances of the elements. This shit is way more intricate than what you think. This is why we need to understand these principles. Because you understand this shit. Say, I'm good. All right, I'm cool now. All right. This shit, you get to understand how intricate this shit is. You get to tap into, you hit these meditations up. Like this here. I don't know what, acting like my Wi-Fi tripping. Hopefully y'all can see this book, Talk with Shooting. Those are all right there. They provide a practical aspect, practical shit that you can actually do, right? This practical aspect of this, man. Hold up, y'all. Make sure ain't shit fucking up over here. Seem like I'm still good. Seem like I'm still good. Make sure ain't shit fucking up over here. So this ego has a lot of factors to it, bro. And you have to go through all these factors to get up to the fucking higher self before you can even reach the fucking soul. About ego death, ego death, ego death, ego death, ego death, ego death, ego death. It's fraudulent, bro. And then I don't think it's fraud on purpose. Annoying. You don't know. But ignorance is no excuse. Prakriti, the divine feminine, still gonna smack you with the rod. Just because you don't know don't mean you spared from cause and effect. Bina still gonna do her one do on your ass. And it's even more realer if you aware. This why this shit ain't for everybody. Being conscious, being spiritual, being a cult motherfucker. It ain't for everybody. And that's why on here, I'm not coming here to talk to you niggas about rituals. You niggas don't need it. You niggas need to understand the factions of the mind first. Because you do some rituals, think you're doing something, and be pulling up this aspect of yourself and your ass going crazy and you at the crazy house. You see what I'm saying? And they shoving pills down your goddamn throat. That ain't what you want. I've seen it personally. Not YouTube shit. I've seen it personally. Maybe we'll get there. But I'm keeping my rituals to my goddamn self. Somebody personally I can chop. Oh yeah, bro, I got this. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not doing that for randoms. Like, nah, hell nah, bro. You niggas ain't finna be up and up because of me. Go find somebody else to lie to you and tell you that you don't need to understand the factions of your mind before you get into this spiritual shit. Because now you leave your religious place and state, you have more responsibility because now you are aware. You are no innocent. Each fraction is identified by its nature and quality. And the identification, listen, each fraction is identified by, so we broken down that the ego breaks things up into fractions, and these fractions are through senses and the sensory perceptions and the elements, the subtle substances of the elements, right? So these are the fractions, and each fraction is identified by nature and quality, and that identification and recognition of the different components is the function of the ahamkara. That is what the ego does. Let's read again what the ego does. Identifies each fraction by its nature and quality. And that identification and recognition of the components, the function of the ahamkara, aka the ego. Nigga, you need to understand the identify that's hot, that's cold, that's dangerous, not dangerous. This is your ego, okay? I know people gonna watch this shit over time. This is your ego, okay? That's your ego. It's identifying things here. There's nothing wrong with the ego besides you over identifying with the ego. You need to be able to understand the nature of these things that it's identifying and remove yourself from it. This is what the soul and higher self is here to do. Discriminate between what's real and what's not. What's the matrix and what's not. Attachment and non-attachment. Not that, oh, I don't care about nobody being here. They can go. I ain't attached. I don't care. We're in a higher level of understanding with this. Why are you so attached with the way you dress? Why am I so attached with the cool hats that I wear? Why, ladies, why are you so attached with getting your hair done? Ladies, why are you so attached with that goddamn rose vibrator on that clit? Why are you so attached? Why are you so attached that men can't say anything about the divine feminine principle? Men, why are you so attached when a woman says something about the divine masculine? Attachment. See, it's easy to say attachment when it got something to do with another human being, not loving human being in your life no more. But what about these other things? What about your attachments to breathing? Because did we talk about the senses and the sensory perceptions? You can't smell shit if you don't breathe. Did you think about that? No, I'm saying some shit to somebody. Think about that. You can't shit if you can't breathe. You can't get air through your body if you don't breathe. That made sense. Oh yeah, and that's all good. That's all good. Because I'm telling you, over especially if you incarnated in America, bro, we still going through this shit. Don't come to you and seem like they just got this shit all perfected. We all still have these. Keep going. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Keep going. You own your whole life. Keep going, bro. Keep going 6 days in. Keep going. Shit. Stillness is a part of it though, because that's what the soul is. Still, it don't move and do all the shit we do. So that's what the ego is, bro. Identification. It's identifying qualities. Oh shit, you die if you don't breathe. There you go. The senses are gone. We finna get to it. The individual, listen, check this out. The individual I is always the finite self. So you talking about I am this, I am God. It's finite. That's not no infinite shit. It can never be infinite self. The I does not exist in the infinite self, nigga. It don't exist. The I doesn't exist because it's all one. Everything is God. It's only ever always been one God. It's just a million aspects of one God. It's not an I. It's only it, if that's the thing. And it is everything. Matter of fact, it is infinite potentiality for everything that can ever become anything. Won't be losing motherfucker when I talk like that, but that's really how this shit is. Because when you get into this shit, you have to become adaptable to abstract thought. All right. Damn, we going on 2 hours. Let me finish this shit up. It should supposed to be an hour, then it's supposed to be an hour and 30. The individual I is always the finite self. It can never be the infinite self. The I does not exist in the infinite self. Ahamkara, which is the ego, is a recognition of in the identification with the condition with prakriti. The ahamkara, the ego, is a recognition of in the identification with the conditioned potential prakriti. That's your ego. It's identifying with this shit. That's why my other video, we identifying too much with this shit. Motherfuckers say, I'm trying to make it not about men. Let's just say this. A person posted, a motherfucker gonna have to come right with me. I got I got two answers and I make $120,000 a year. Motherfucker gonna come right to me and apply pressure with me, or he ain't get nothing. I keep my damn. I guess I gave it away. You ain't get none of this. It's like you identify so much with that shit. Those things are tools to be used to be able to have resources live. Those things shouldn't be used as who the fuck you are and your whole essence and what your value is. Value should not be placed on a system. What people talk about, this system has fucked people over for hundreds and thousands of years. Still value in this system. How? What sense does that make? That goes for men to on a flex about how much they got and what they can do for a bit. You identify too much with this. Those are resources. Those are needed. And I'm not saying they're not a determining factor in where you're going in life, but that's not who you are, which let me know people identify with what they have and what they have acquired with what they are. They say, ask somebody who are they? They're gonna tell you what they do for a living, nigga. The individual I is always the finite self. It can never be the infinite self. The I does not exist in the infinite self. Ahamkara is the recognition of and identification with the conditioned potentials of Prakriti. So whatever potentially Prakriti could ever be, niggas gonna find a way to identify with it. Niggas gonna find a way to identify with it. Even when you get motherfuckers who saying they're no gender, I hate to tell you, but I'm gonna speak on it this one time. The fact that you're no gender, you still identify. You're saying you don't want to. I don't identify as anything. Is identifying as something. Real brain buster there. So the fact that I identify as a man, I'm identifying as something. That's my ego. You identify as a woman, that's your ego. You identify as an African American, Muslim, Moorish. You identify as whatever, ego. Because Prakriti contains Karana, cause within itself. So in here they talk about how the the effect is already come pre-packed with the cause. You get what I'm saying? If not, here's the thing that they use. I don't know if they're gonna use it, but let's see. I don't think they're gonna use it. Um, but what that is the cause is already the effect is already bundled up in the cause. So the cause is a tree, right? No, the effect is a tree. What's the cause? A seed. So the fact that the tree is going to come into manifestation is already bundled up in the cause, which is the seed. The seed is already there. It just needs in the right conditions to come into manifestation. Do you get what I'm saying? Like if you want to put it now, if you get into specifics, you wanna you want a palm tree or you want an apple tree. It's already bundled up into the seed. You just got to put it in the right conditions to get the right thing to come. That's ego. That's because Prakriti contains Karana, cause within itself. Those causes are the conditioned potentials, but in their unmanifest form, they are universal. So, a seed is just a seed when it's in a seed state. You can go into the piles of seeds. But an apple tree, once the effect comes in, the apple tree is not the same as a motherfucking strawberry tree, if that's a tree. They go into the same categories as tree, but on a universal aspect, that's not the same thing. Apples and oranges is not the same thing. At this level of observation we're speaking from, right? They are not confined to an identity or a form as yet, but they contain within themselves the potential to manifest. The recognition of the universal conditioned potentials we were once a seed, right? Facts. So you were once put straight potential. I was straight potential when I was a seed in seed state. It wasn't until I chose to be born at a certain time and come through this motherfucker as a cancer where I started to get my effect, my conditioning started to come in then. And then more conditioning once I was actually born at a certain time. At 6:45 or 8:45 p.m. a.m. Boom, another level of conditioning, right? Boom, born into a certain family, another level. Because now I'm picking up what they putting down and taking on certain attributes, those ones around me in my environment, in my school. You see, you get where I'm going with it. The recognition of the universal condition potential is the original Ankara. It is the it is the recognizing. It is recognizing the inherent effects in a cause, like the existence of a tree in a seed, warmth and brightness in the sun, or coolness in the moon. That's what this ego does. And that's on a cosmic level. Ahamkara is the effect. Listen, Ahamkara, the ego, is the effect of the higher self, the Buddhi. You need this ego. Your ego needs to be able to transmit shit back to the higher self, nigga. What ego death can you have? You talking about ego death to get to your spirit? Spirit, like, what the fuck up, nigga? We need the ego. Why you keep saying that? We need the ego. That's what's identifying what's to us down there. Because in Buddhi, knowledge of existence of an object in is created. Hold up. Ahamkara, which is ego, is the effect of Buddhi, which is the higher self. Because in Buddhi, knowledge of the existence of an object in the perceiver is created. The first self awareness develops in Buddhi, And as a result, the sense of identity, Ahamkara, the ego principle, arises. Listen, the first self awareness develops in Buddhi, the higher self. And as a result, the sense of identity, Ahamkara, the principal ego, arises. The ego comes. The identification system or identificator comes from higher self because higher self itself is conditioned because it's just a reflection of the soul, not the soul itself. Listen what I'm telling you, man. The Ahamkara is also influenced by the three gunas, the generator, operator, and destroyer aspect, which this in the Vedic text would be sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. Ahamkara is also influenced by the three gunas. When Ahamkara is sattvic, it gives rise to knowledge of self. So know thyself, brother. Know thyself, brother. Know thyself, sister. That's when your ego is in a state of operative, generated operative destroyer. That's when it's in a state of that balance. When you having knowledge of self. That's your ego. It's not your spirit. It's not your higher self. But that's when your ego is coming into contact with your higher self, getting knowledge of self. Because the ego also does what? When the ahamkara is a sattvic, it gives rise to the knowledge of self. I, from sattvic, ahamkara, are born the manas. What's the manas? Manas should not be translated as mind, but rather as a thinking process and the analytical process. So from the sattvic state, blah, 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 blah. From sattvic, the balance aspect of the ego is born the manas, the mind, the process, the mental process of thinking, right? The five John Indriyas, also known as the Buddhi Indriyas, and the five common Indriyas. Let's talk about this because we talked about it breaks shit down. Say the higher self does. It breaks shit down into fractions. And through these fractions are these forms of the senses and the sensory perceptions and the subtle substances of elements with elements. It gets intricate. Let's see. What do they mean by that? When the ahamkara comes to masik, the 5 ton mantras are the subtle elements, and the associated mahabhutas are the gross elements. Gross elements mean elements that you can experience with the 5 senses. Then you have the subtle elements that you don't know, that's not so apparent that you experience through these senses, right? The Rajasic Ahamkara vitalizes the Sattvic and Tamasic emanations, and as a result, they become dynamic and begin to interact with each other. The Rajasic Ahamkara is the catalyst to complete the process of manifestation. There are Purusha, Prakriti, and the 23 manifest elements. 23 manifest elements of evolution. Mahat, Ahamkara, ego, Manas, the mental, the mind process, the thinking analysis process, the 5 Jnana Indriyas, the 5 common Indriyas, and the 5 ton mantras, and the 5 ton Mahabhutas. Now I want to get to the point where we're talking about um okay, we got the 5 Jnana Indriyas right here. Let's see if we got the common Indriyas. If not, it don't matter. I'm gonna run it to you straight like this. The 5 Indriyas are the sense of sight or vision, the sense of hearing, the sense of smell, the sense of taste, and the sense of touch, right? We should know all these, right? Then we have the Buddhi injuries or the Jhana injuries are seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. Then we have the common injuries. the co- the co- the compat the compatibilities, the capabilities for action, right? Because you have to have the compatibility or the you have to have the capacity to act. What's that? Speaking, grasping or handling, walking or locomotion, excretion or expelling of waste, and sexual procreation or interaction. So now I could run to another one, but I don't want to because I want to get off here. Damn, it's 2 hours. Yeah. So look, fuck, man. Can I change the camera settings and pull it back to do something different? Hold up, y'all, because I want this to be able to be seen. Oh, you can't change that while I'm lying. Well, fuck it. So, damn, man. I don't know if y'all can see this shit. So let's start here again. Up here, you got Purusha and Prakriti, the soul and the manifest reality. And out of that, you get the higher self. All right. And out of that, you get the ego. And then you get the three generator, operator, and destroyer. And from the balanced state, the most balanced one out of the three gunas is the sattvic ego. And out of that, you get these right here, what we about to break down, right? You get manas. You get manas, the analytical process of the mind. My nigga. And here go these five. You get the common injuries. You have the capacity for action, right? Hold up. I don't know. Somebody comment. I want to post somebody comment if they comment. All right, nothing new. So you get the capacity for action, right? You have to have a capacity to have action. You get speech, you get hands, you get feet, you get your sex organs, and you get your excretory organs, right? Your shit and pisser. And then you got, or your nose can excretion come up out that motherfucker. The John injurious for the capacities for perception. So you get capacities for action and capacities for perception. I'm telling you all of this. Why? Because all of this is what relays information back to the soul, nigga. Pete, what I'm telling you. All of these ways that you experience manifest reality is a way that you relay information back to the soul through what? First, the ego. Second, the higher self. Then the higher self, through the manifest reality, goes right back to the soul. This is why this is important. You don't know if you don't think you notice, but you don't think about these different aspects that you have these capacities. You have ears, nigga. Then you have the capacity to hear. You have to have the capacity to hear before you even get ears. So then you have the capacity for perception: ears, skin, eyes, tongue, and nose. All of those are created or held up under the sattvic aspect of the three gunas of the ego. Then over here on the top tamasic aspect, you have the tanmatriyas, which are the subtle elements of hearing, touching, seeing, tasting, smelling. Then you have the Mahabhutas, the gross elements: space, which would be ether, air, fire, water, and earth. And you experiencing all these each and every moment you in manifest reality. I want to go through these, but I feel like we had a good talk. And it's only one motherfucker rocking it out with me, and I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that came through, chopped it up with a nigga. We in this bitch. I don't remember saying that. We in this motherfucker. I might start doing this shit on Sundays. Motherfuckers come tap in with me. I think it's a good way to build some rapport with y'all and y'all with me. You know what I'm saying? We get to doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody that tapped in. Look at my boy Mike. Okay, he the one still rocking with the guy, and I'm rocking with him. If y'all just not tuning in, like, subscribe, because why? It helps YouTube to say, hey, actually want to see this, or people should see this. Even the comments, you know what I'm saying? If you coming through, rewatching this shit, drop comments. I don't give a fuck if you say fuck me, fuck you, dude. Your head big under the head. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, bro. The gap, which I do. You know, say what you say, but I need the engagement to help YouTube make sure that people get the this motherfucker. So, with that being said, always remember, no obstacles will apprehend you. No obstacles will apprehend you. You prosper. Remember, refine your standards. Make sure they standing on principle. Understand context. Fuck the content. And lower your expectations. Because you always gonna assume that it's gonna come out this way, it's gonna come out another way. And if you stuck on that way that you thought it was gonna come out, you're gonna miss it out the other way. We got this motherfucker. No obstacles will apprehend you.